Fair use.
Hello, brain damage.
Hey there, Mater. Good to see you, Jerry.
Good evening, Club Fit. David Garcia, but you may have already said that.
We got Canada in the house
Yeah,
tonight
I see
too.
that. Yeah. Moonshine in the house. Here we go.
Yeah.
We
little inside
yeah,
thing
that's
there.
an inside joke, you guys. And we'll go ahead and tell you, over at the Frog Network, those yahoos, they'll spend 20 minutes saying so-and-so's in the house, so-and-so's, and stating all the states where they're from. And it's kind of interesting that they waste 20 minutes of their time acknowledging everybody in the different states. I guess they're kind of showing off. I don't know.
Well, when you don't have content, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's true.
Stall.
That's true. Man. Good evening, Texas bikers and bikers all across the nation and the world. This is Texas Biker Radio, number 462. And OG,
Your memory's better than mine.
we're gonna have to start counting the Popeye live. We're gonna have to start counting those in our, because I think I jumped onto the program about 4 times this week.
Yes, you did.
So we may have to start including those because, maybe if we included those, we'd be up close to 500, somewhere around there. But it is what it is right now till we do it. And you guys, first I want to start off talking about...
Well, tell them why we're doing Monday night.
Oh, we're doing Monday night because tomorrow I am going to have to, I guess, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to go to the dentist. And we've got a lot of problems with that because I am taking, because of my mini stroke, I'm taking Eliquis twice a day, and I'm also taking a 325 milligram aspirin a day.
Your blood's as thin as water.
So my blood will just out. So we'll see what they'll do for me tomorrow because I have a tooth that is just split in half.
So next week will probably be Tuesday.
Yeah, next week will be Tuesday, but we do have a message going out tonight, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And so, but that's enough about me and my
losing another body part. Yeah.
yeah. Let me tell you guys, I've been beat up so bad over the last year. It's between the cancer, between the COVID, between the mini stroke, and wow, guys, wow. And brain damage. Says you got teeth, Popeye. Lucky you. Okay. All right. Let's start off with the gang database. I wanted to talk about that for a few minutes.
Okay.
Because as you know, I told everybody that, hey, I sent a letter to the Inspector General of the DPS. Now, the Inspector General's office is supposed to oversee the DPS, and that they're following the rules, basically. And if there's any complaints and any of that kind of stuff, they're supposed to go check it out. So yeah. So I did fire them off a letter, and OG, they probably should be getting that today or tomorrow, depends on who opens it first. Whether the Inspector General does, or maybe she has a secretary or somebody that does it. I don't know. But the other letters we sent to her, she did not answer. So
no surprise there.
Yeah, there's no surprise there. There is not. Because we've been getting that kind of treatment for years, whether it's the DPS, whether it's the sheriff's office, whether it's filing a complaint, or whether it's trying to get body cam, that kind of stuff. For people that we know that are innocent of any kind of crime. And that's the truth of it. So I did fire off a letter to her and OG just to relieve everybody. I did not say I represented any organization other than our club. And we have reasons to file complaints because we've had some of our members make it into that gang database, and we don't know how. We're not a 1% club, and these people that have been put into that gang database are not criminals. They've never had a history of being a criminal, and matter of fact is they've never participated in a crime. Veterans, everybody, veterans. It's incredible what we have going on, what we've seen over the years, but little by little, we will get this out there and into the public. And we had a lot of support this time around in the state legislature. And so but let me say this, just because the state legislature is adjourned, that doesn't mean we sit idle and say, oh, woe is us. Oh no, there's things we can do. There are things we can do, and I'm going to do them. That's if we get the information. Now, we have asked that everybody, if you get stopped, whether you're in a club or not, we're asking you to video the stop. It's the only way you have of protecting yourself. It's the only way. Now, they do have body cams. They should have them on. But we've had them before where we've asked for body cam footage, and they gave us about an hour's worth of looking at the tailpipe and the rear end of a squad car. Which I thought that was kind of amusing, but we did eventually get the body cam stuff. That was out of Parker County. And of course, every time we get one of these videos, we learn something. We learn something. That's how we learned about the, CCP 61.02 was off of a body cam. So yeah, take these things if you get a real ass. You know what I'm talking about. One that's just full of himself. And he's asking you all kinds of questions and, all kinds of stuff where you're, that you do not have to answer. Unless you're participating in a crime or something like that, you don't have to give them any information. They stop you, give you the ticket, and let you move on. Now remember, if you engage in conversation, hey, that changes the ball game. So think about that anytime you're stopped. And if you need more information, we can post it at texasbikerradio.org. And matter of fact, we'll do that this week. And so we're going to go scorched earth with them, baby. Yeah, we are. And once again, and like I said to the Inspector General, we're not anti-law enforcement. What bikers have always been seeking is a fair shake, due process, and fairness in the courts. So that's what we're talking about. Jack, you were stopped in Parker County last week, 3 troopers and a sergeant. Not pleasant. I could imagine that. Did you get any video, any audio? Send me
Send us the particulars.
Send us a message and the particulars.
Date, time, and location. If it's a cross street or a mile marker or whatever. Yeah. And we will request the information and their video.
Yeah, we're used to them. We've stalked their body cams before. They know who we are, and they may give us a runaround a little bit, but what the heck? So yeah, the law officers in Parker County have a let's put it this way: they're training. And you remember the old sheriff there? He said his officers lack tact. That's exactly what he said. It's exactly what he said. And he would be correct in that. And we don't mind asking for body cams. We don't mind checking things out. We don't mind filing complaints. And if the complaints mount, there are things that happen. One of them is they can lose their qualified immunity. That's what I'm talking about, everybody. There are things that can be done to the people out there that want to be jerks. Now we're going to go after the DPS in particular over their lack of due process. They can't get out of that. They can't get out of it. And we'll be talking about this as we move on. You got anything you want to say about that or add to it?
Again, if they stop you for a traffic violation, they have a time limit. Now, the best way to calculate whether or not you should be speaking is if they ask you a question directly related to the stop, you need to answer that. But if they start asking questions about where you're going, how many members are in your club, where you coming from, the minute you start if you answer one of those questions, you open it up to a no time limit stop.
Yeah.
He can keep you there as long as he wants to.
Keep asking them if you're free to go. Keep asking them.
Yep. Are you going to give me a ticket or can I go?
Yeah. If you're going to give me a ticket, give me a ticket. Then handle it from there. But hey, it is important that you get that information to us. We do ask everybody right now to check to see if they're in the gang database. And if you get back a response that says, "I need more information," oh yeah, what? To get through the first hoops of that, you've got to give them your driver's license number and all kinds of identification as to who you are. I would think once they have your driver's license number, they know who you are. They know whether you have a motorcycle endorsement. They know where your home is. They know all this stuff. And you mean to tell me they can't find you in a gang database if you're there? They want more information. What kind of information would that be? Because the letters I've seen, they didn't tell you what other information they needed. They just need more information. Well, why don't you say in plain English what it is you need, so we can make a judgment on it? But then again, I believe that is a tactic that is used to keep you from asking in the first place. They want you to give up. So that's what we believe is going on. It may not be. It may be legitimate, but if it is, explain it. Explain it. That's what we're talking about. So the fight continues, everybody. The fight for a fair shake. It's a fight for our constitutional rights. And as I explained to the Inspector General, there's not a motorcycle club in this country that is banned from existing. Not one. Oh, and by the way, update your damn gang database because it is out of date and full of misinformation when it comes to motorcycles and motorcycle clubs. Go look at it yourself. The latest edition was the 2018 gang database. It's a report. Texas Gang Assessment 2018. Take a look at it. Interesting reading about, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, and motorcycles. Let me tell you, it's really, really hard to describe a motorcycle club as a street gang. Because in the report they said, what did they say about them? Oh, they said they ride in packs. They wear a cut with an emblem. Well, the last time I checked, none of that crap was illegal. That's not a crime. That's your constitutional right, everybody. And the fact is, we have people that are facing criminal charges and trials, and they drag them through hell for years. And they haven't committed a crime, nor has their club committed a crime. So this is what goes on. So it's our job to help spread the word of what goes on and how bad it is. And we also encourage just anybody to check and see if they're in the gang database, because OG, out in California, they found a 4-year-old kid in it.
I'm sitting here thinking it's been a while since I've checked myself.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
So
well, you know what? Let's both do it. Let's both do it. On the front page of TexasBikerRadio.org, just scroll down a little. You'll see a place there where it says check to see if you're in the gang database, the Texas gang database. And when you click on it, it's going to ask you a question right there, and you click other.
Yeah, it wants to know what kind of information do you want, or are you
Yeah.
requiring, if I remember, and it's a drop down window.
Yeah.
and you do want to select other.
Yeah. So make sure you select other, and you'll be on the right path. And you just fill out the information. That will not get you put into a gang database. And if it does, let me tell you, we better not find out. We better not find out. We'll go scorched earth. We'll be down there banging on the door, which we might do anyway. It sounds kind of fun. Y'all know I'm not afraid to do that. So, OG, as I head toward jail, but you know, man. Hey, let me show you guys. Let's move on a little bit. That's what I wanted to say about the biker stuff. Don't worry that I've contacted the Inspector General of the DPS and as on somebody else's dime. In other words, whether we're representing ourselves, nobody else, no other motorcycle rights organization or anything like that. This is on us. So, and that's the way we'll keep it. But, wow, man, let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this. I'm going to switch the cube, and then we're going to cut our mics off so you won't get an echo. We're gonna listen to this, man. It's something else.
And we understand, and I want to understand white rage, and I'm white, and I want to understand it. So what is it that caused thousands of people to assault this building and try to overturn the Constitution of the United States of America? What caused that? I want to find that out. I want to maintain an open mind here, and I do want to analyze it. It's important that we understand that, because our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians, they come from the American people. So it is important that the leaders, now and in the future, do understand it. I've read Mao Zedong. I've read Karl Marx. I've read Lenin. That doesn't make me a communist. So what is wrong with understanding, having some situational understanding about the country for which we are here to defend? And I personally find it offensive that we are accusing the United States military, our general officers, our commissioned, non-commissioned officers, of being, quote, woke or something else because we're studying some theories that are out there. That was started at Harvard Law School years ago, and it proposed that there were laws in the United
Okay, that was General Milley. Let me tell you, he's a piece of work. And he just described to you his reading material, Karl Marx and that kind of BS. And now he wants to teach the critical race theory to the military men and women. You know, he believes that's really important, and he wants to know what he wants to know what white rage is. Now I'm going to tell you in a minute what I think it is, but you know. He was talking about January 6th was an insurrection. It was an insurrection. Let me ask General Milley this. What the hell did he think all of 2020 was, with all the people burning up cities, carrying on, and you know, OG, they were saying they are a revolution? And then we had these bureaucrats, if you saw them on that Zoom call where they were planning a coup d'etat, they actually said that. They said that. This general doesn't know what he's talking about. And what this general is, in my book, he can't see the forest for the trees. Now, he's either one or two things. Because, OG, you've heard me say before, there's no shortage of Democrats in the ranks of the officers' corps of the military.
Which is surprising as hell.
There is no shortage of them.
To me, a war hawk is a conservative and a constitutionalist.
Let me tell you, when I was in the Navy, 65 through 70, They were there.
Now
They were there.
Now, he doesn't look like a spring chicken, so
No, he's not.
unfortunately, he's been around for some time.
Hey, let me tell everybody, he's one of two things, everybody. One of two things. He's either a suck ass and has been his whole military career to achieve rank, or he's a CCP infiltrator, like the rest of the cocksuckers in the damn in the country that's in the political ranks, and all these leftists that are out there raising all kinds of hell and doing all kinds of things, critical race theories, our teachers. The list runs on and on and on. You know, for most of our lives, we've been fighting communism, and here it is on our doorsteps, and they have infiltrated the halls of the Congress, the halls of the Senate, the Supreme Court. They have infiltrated the bureaucrats like the ones that were saying, hey, we're participating, we're doing a coup d'etat. They actually said it. I can find the video and show it to you. So it's just, it's crazy.
It's scary to look at somebody like that and think he's making command decisions about our troops going into battle. You know?
Exactly. Let me say this about January 6th. The people that went over there, if that would have been a real coup d'etat, and you know, and you saw people that were waved into the Capitol building, and now we know there's 14,000 hours of film that we have not seen and they don't want to show. But let me say this, if that would have been a legitimate coup, what do you think would have happened, OG? Think the military would show up? You think the Secret Service would show up? You think of all these different groups that...
Oh, hell yeah, there'd have been a lot of blood running.
Yeah, there would. But let me tell you, what these bastards did for the better part of a year is nothing. Nothing. And our military has to be in on this crap. It has to be in on it.
Well, you know, it started with Obama when they started culling all of the conservative officers out of the military, when they started interviewing them, and a lot of these guys saw what was on the wall and said, you know, it's just like a lot of cops have resigned.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys retired out of the military because they could see what was coming, and they said, you know, I'm out of here.
It's kind of like what's going on with the cops.
Yep, exactly.
They see they're not supported, they're out of here. But let me tell you this. These guys don't know a coup when they see it. You can't depend on this guy's opinion of what a coup looks like. We had one for basically the better part of a year. They did nothing. They did not. They have an oath to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And let me tell you, we've got plenty of domestic enemies. And those people that were there on January 6th are not it. Oh yeah, there were some infiltrators there, FBI undercovers, confidential informants. Yeah, you had those guys. How many of them were there? And what were they there to do? I've got my opinion what it was they were there to do.
Well, what did you think of Biden making the statement that if we wanted to take on the U.S. government, we'd have to have an F-15 and nukes?
Yeah.
You want to know what I did? Let's play frog.
Okay.
I'm an Amazon Prime member.
Uh-huh.
I figured, you know, you're supposed to be able to get anything at Amazon.
Yeah.
So I logged in. I entered F-15. with the intent of ordering one with accessories, meaning a couple of nukes. Figured I'd just park it in the front yard, you know. I've got a big front yard. And my suggestion to everyone is you best hurry up, because remember, Amazon dropped the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
So they are probably going to drop the F-15.
Yeah.
However, you know what else I got? And it was for free.
What's that?
An F-15 simulator
Oh, wow.
that you can download on your computer. So I figured I better learn how to fly that puppy while I'm waiting for delivery.
So, you know, this general, you know, and I can't remember who it was that said he should be fired. You know, that's correct. That's correct. He should be war planning. And matter of fact, he should have already acted on what was a real coup in the works.
I have a question from Jerry. He wants to know if I'm getting free delivery. Prime members get free delivery.
Yes, right. That's right. I wonder what happened if we ordered 2.
Probably could have gotten a discount.
Oh man, it is crazy. But hey, General Milley wanted to know what white rage was. I don't know if he ever got his answer before he started preaching critical race theory, but I got a few things, you know. Of course, I'm just a white guy. I'm one of these recipients of the privilege.
Somebody needs to put a blindfold on that guy and stand him up against the wall.
Yeah. So I'm white privilege. You know, I went off into the Navy when I was 18. I wasn't a very good high school student. So I kind of left early. But, you know, I mean, I remember one time walking through boot camp. I remember one time we got everybody going to Amazon right now. So anyway, I'm trying to say, I remember one time walking through boot camp. And I was in Chicago, and it was snowing as I was walking across the base, and you know, it was early in the morning, and you know, they were raising the flag and played the anthem and all that stuff. I can't tell you how proud I was, because I went from basically a young hoodlum to all of a sudden a military man. But you know, from there, OG, nobody ever gave me anything. Matter of fact is, because of my color, I couldn't get a government job. The guy told me, hey man, you're the wrong color.
Hey, I got passed over for rank.
Yeah.
Because I was white.
Yeah.
So, you know, they can keep feeding that bullshit to me.
Yeah.
Till I die, and I ain't buying it.
So I wrote down a few things here, guys. You know, what is white rage? And, you know, to me, it's being blamed for something that I had no control over. So I'm white. I didn't have any control over that. I couldn't choose. There was no machine for me in the womb to say, hey, look, black.
Yeah,
There's
I don't
nothing
remember
for me to
getting
do.
a choice.
Yeah.
I was just here.
Yeah. So all of a sudden you're dropped out. You know, you don't have any control over that. You know, and white rage is having somebody to assume you've had a privileged life with no struggles. And I can tell you right now, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You know, I think it's they talk about the wage separation and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for that is that there's multiple reasons. One of them, 32% of the people, of white people, are born into money. 32%. And then there's also the fact of house ownership, which widens the gap. But you know why? You know why the gap exists? There's one word. There's one word, everybody. Democrats. Democrats. Because they want to keep blacks in their place, and Hispanics also. They want to keep minorities in their place. They want to make sure that you think you can't get ahead because of a white man. And I can tell you right now, that is not true. In close to where we live, there are black people, and there's no shortage of them, living in $500,000 homes. There is no shortage of them. It's incredible. The strides that have been made. This country has bent over backwards trying to help minorities. And I've been seeing it since a very young age. When I was, when I knew about politics and what things were all about. And so, having white privilege, they also want to assume I'm a racist. So, yeah, all of this could cause white rage. Why would anybody think that? They don't know me. They don't know me. But they're going to go out there and spread to the world that I'm a racist because I'm white. And that's just BS. White rage can be not knowing that your kids are going to get any special programs. We've seen that too. We've seen that. There's no reason for a minority child to not be successful. If they aren't, it's because of Democrats and the schools they provide to them. Public schools. That's why. That's why. And that, you know what? That should not only be white rage, that should be American rage, is what that should be. No matter your color. No matter your color. And the fact is, that the white rage, the fact is we know that Democrats are the real oppressors. We know it. We're trying to get everybody to listen to us. And you know what? There are many blacks now that are, who understand it, who get it. And and now they're battling critical race theory in our schools. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So, the thing about it is they're out there saying everybody's being held back because of white man or white woman. Just not true. OG, we walk in and out of stores here all day long. We do stuff, we go places, and, everybody's basically kind to each other. They hold the doors open for each other.
Very
they
pleasant.
thank each other. Everybody's pleasant, no matter their age. And I just don't see it. I don't see it. But yet, this crap, OG, my sister-in-law went to New York here last week. Oh, it was just wonderful, everybody. She's a big lib.
Shit, that's getting to be worse than going to Mexico.
It was just wonderful. Everybody was wearing a mask. It was just great. Yeah. So, but maybe it wouldn't be so great if it was to a stray bullet was to hit her or her daughter in the ass.
Well, it just hit a Marine on the streets.
Exactly. Walking down the street.
For no apparent reason.
Ricocheted off of a building or something. You know, and I guess the other white rage I could say, you know, is the fact that I know that all these people out here that are saying they're oppressed and carrying on and everything else, tearing down statues, not a one of them was ever a slave. But what's happening is they're benefiting off of their ancestors. Their ancestors led the trail. And now they're basically crapping on everybody. Crapping on them. They're crapping on Martin Luther King. Because they're planning the opposite of what Martin Luther King's teachings were. It's what they're doing. And they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn as long as they're getting their way. And, you know, and I've already mentioned substandard schools and that kind of stuff, you know. And, you know, it's maddening that knowing that children of all colors are being taught critical race theory. They're being taught to hate each other. That's the truth of it, everybody. That's the truth. What are those guys doing on there? They're talking about sizes. What are they?
Oh, I think they're getting ready for flight suits.
Flight suit. Maybe we'll start a trend. Everybody's starting to order F-15s. Don't you know that raise some eyebrows?
Yeah.
God. Oh, do you know what I heard today? Hey, you guys, it's time. What I heard today. You ready? Today we heard, you know, from the guys that are out there, you know what I mean? Get ready for the 4th of July. Now, you know, this may be pretty close to true, OG.
Well, you may hear a few explosions on the 4th of July.
So, Dems must create noise. They must create noise because of these audits that are fixing to come out, especially the Arizona audit.
Now, do we still have Potato Head's permission to celebrate the 4th?
Yeah, we do, I think. You know, if we're not...
I haven't heard the
There's
latest.
not too many of us in one spot.
Yeah.
So they're going to create some noise. Be prepared for anything, everybody. Be prepared for anything. Because they want to prevent the truth about the audits. Keep your eyes on Arizona. Hold the line. That's what we heard today. Now, you know, this may not be too far from the truth. So we need to be alert and know that anything can happen. And so, you know, that may not be too far out there. It's not like aliens are coming to install Trump back into office. Yeah, they said that. Yeah. And so they've missed all the dates of him being installed over the weekend. That didn't happen. And so, you know, he was supposed to be reinstalled on the day of his speech. That didn't happen. So now everybody's kind of attacking him because nothing happened. Biden's still in. Nothing happened. So they say you got to manage your expectations. This is in God's time, so they're blaming it on the Lord.
Don't expect too much.
Yeah, don't expect too much.
Meanwhile, you know, the Ho today is adamantly blaming Trump for the border crisis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That was when she was being interviewed. In fact, she got totally pissed at a Newsmax reporter because he challenged her. So she got all pissy about it, but she was very adamant that this is all Donald Trump's
Who
fault.
was that, Doug Ducey?
I don't know the name of the
He's about the only
reporter.
one that challenges her.
Yeah. But it was all I knew was it was a Newsmax reporter.
Oh, it's a Newsmax. Okay, it
Yeah.
wasn't Doug. So also, OG, they claim Republicans are responsible for defunding the police because they wouldn't approve Biden's stimulus plan.
Really?
Yeah. So they're out there throwing that out there. They're a bunch of liars. Why anybody is wasting their time with the mainstream media, I don't know. Even your local media. They're nothing a bunch of a-holes that say this stuff.
They do exactly as they're told.
They lie more than anybody I can think of. If their mouths are moving, they're lying. And that's the truth of it.
It used to be one of the two lowest forms on the face of the earth was either an IRS agent or a used car salesman.
Yeah.
And the media has now reached lower than that.
Yeah. And one of the things, is what we're talking about here, and everybody kind of goes back to Paul Harvey and others. It's, that deal that he said, if I were the devil, what he would do to destroy this country. And, there are others that are kind of going along the same lines, whether they know it or not, I don't know. But there was this guy back decades ago, I think in the 60s or 70s, and we're going to play his this deal for you, and listen to what he has to say, and then we'll comment on it, and we'll turn our mics off. Here we go.
Graduation from high school, then you're going to have very serious problems in the job market. They're doing many things to make it much tougher for the person at the bottom to get started, and they're also making it less necessary to get started by having various subsidy programs, food stamps, welfare, and so on, which reduce the difference between working and not working. So that the general tendency of what they're doing is to make it harder to rise.
This is it. The recipe is right there. If you had a recipe for poverty to decimate this country from the inside out, Thomas Sowell decades ago just said it. Create a wage floor so people can't get skills to get in the job market through minimum wage. They'll never get a job. You know what the minimum wage is? The real minimum wage? $0. Make sure the public schools are terrible so people can't get any skills to get actual jobs, and then pay people welfare to not work. There's your recipe right there decades ago, and they're doing it again, the Democrats. Again, I asked you in the beginning, are they dumb or are they trying to destroy the country? They're not dumb.
Okay, let's flip it back now. Now, that guy was correct. And, the Dems, the Democrats, and all these socialists, these people, they are trying to destroy our country. It's like he said, if we want to destroy our country, we would attack the dignity of work by government handouts and so on. Soon businesses would fail, the economy would collapse. If we want to destroy the country, we would spread chaos in the streets, pit us against one another using race, economic status, political gain. Once the people, and I've heard this before, once the people can vote themselves benefits, game over, baby. Game over. Democrats know what they're doing. On July the 15th, the IRS will start passing out $300 a month for every child under 6, $250 a month for every child 6 and over.
I got to run down to the border and grab a couple kids.
Yeah, that's no kidding. I mean, this is on top of millions of illegal aliens who will cross the border with benefits, cash, and free housing. Our suggestion to you is to hang on to that money. You're going to need it. You're going to need it down the line. Because things are going to get bad, real bad. And let me say this. You've heard me say this before. Look it up. Don't believe me. Look for Cloward and Pivens. It's a strategy about taking over the country by the easiest way to take over the country and into a socialist system is to collapse it. And I do believe that's what's going on. That's what's going on. We are headed for disaster unless we change this ship in 2022. There's no magic carpet ride coming for us. We've got to fight this, and what they're trying to do right now is buy people off. Now this, OG, they say this is going to continue till the end of the year, and I'll bet you it goes past that.
Oh, absolutely. It, they've had their way so far, and they're going to continue, and they're going to continue. The only shot we've got in hell is the 2022 elections.
That's right. And you guys, even though at times when Republicans win, realize this one word: reconciliation. That is when they can go back and revisit a bill that did not have everything they wanted. They can stick it in. They can stick it back in. Why this is even allowed? Let me tell you, these bunch of bastards that are in our Congress and in our Senate have played this game on us for decades. And it's time we get their asses out of there. Out of there. People that have been there forever need to be gone. Need to be gone. We need a whole new group of people that are patriots, to get us back on the right track. And you know what? In order to keep this collapse from happening, we're going to need an economy that's on fire. It's on fire. Like we had. Understand, the only reason Russia is even back into the game, and they are not an economic power. They are not. They're a fraction of what our economy is. But let me say this, the only reason they're back into the game is petroleum. That's allowed them, and they're spending their money on real infrastructure. We've got a lot of work to do and not much time to do it. Not much time to do it. And one way you can help is share this show. Share it. We're not asking you for money. We're not asking you for anything. All we're asking you to do is share it. And, if you see something out there, say something to us, whether it's about the gang database or some political thing that's going on out there that you think we need to know. That's the truth. Because we're not going to give you any bullshit that there's 12,000 mile an hour trains running under the ocean, or there's aliens that's been here for thousands of years that built the pyramids. I don't believe anybody knows that. But I mean, come on, guys, and it's time to step up. It's time to step up. Get behind some candidates. Hey, run for office yourself. These school boards, they need to be replaced. A lot of city councils, they need to be replaced. The list runs on and on. On and on. It's time we switch gears and get the job done. We've been saying that for years. I've been at this now for, I guess, 15 years. We keep saying, hey, this is the last draw, but we are there now. We are there now. Any last comments? I know I said a lot. I'm sorry, OG. I'll get all up.
That's okay. That's okay. You won't be talking much tomorrow.
No, I won't.
So that's why I figured I'd let you talk tonight.
Yeah. It's always something, you guys. Always something. And, hey, let me show you something. I want to show you something out here. Today, of course, it's been raining right now. It's been raining the last few hours or maybe more. But, my 57 had dust all over it from when Jill decided she needed to sand something in the garage. It had dust everywhere. And she even did it with the windows down on it. Yeah. So let me show you this. Okay, I shined it up today, man. It's beautiful. It cleaned up nicely. Got all the dust off of it. It had been sitting for quite a while, and I got it fired up. And man, it was looking good this evening. Till the rain came, and I had to put it back in the garage.
Did you get it in before it rained?
Yeah, I did. Didn't get a drop of water on it. And if you know anybody that has a 14-inch rocket wheel, send them my way. I need one. So, hey, gotta ask. Who knows, you know? But hey, you guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We're at almost an hour. And so, if you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. Come ride with us. And we'll have a good time. We'll go have a beer and a burger or something.
Sounds good.
Yep.
And for those of you that are close to us, we've got church coming up the second week in July now.
Yeah.
At Fat Daddy's.
Fat Daddy's in Mansfield.
And the public is welcome at 12:30.
Yeah.
We welcome the public because we talk about our mission, the stuff we're up to, what we're going to do, and we're always looking for ideas. So
yeah,
if you want to join us, you're more than welcome. I do have a message for some friends out there.
Here we go.
And we've decided to now do this at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Because we get caught up in the beginning, and a lot of our friends miss it. They join in later. But everybody's there. The gang's all here at the end of the show. And what I have to say is the following. Let's have lunch at the pub. Let's have lunch at the pub.
And that goes out all across the country. And, wow. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And
be safe.
Yeah. And, oh, wait a minute. Wait. I've got something I want to show here. I just saw this. Let me switch it around on the cube. Yeah. There won't be any sound to this, but here you go. Olympic trials, Gwen Berry turns away from the flag during the anthem. OG, she got her 15 minutes of fame.
Kick her the hell off the team.
You know, it's time we end this crap. It's time we end it. Throw her out of the Olympics. Throw her off the team. You know, I mean, come on.
She just pissed off because she didn't win.
That's
she got third place.
Yeah. So, and I'm not going to say who's ahead of her, but hey, look. This crap needs to end. All this shit needs to end. Let me tell you, baseball and some of these others found out that, hey, it's not a good idea to disrespect the flag in front of their audience. Because many of them are going to be veterans.
Enough.
And they're going to be pissed enough to not go back. And I have not been to a baseball game. I have not been to a football game. I haven't been to any of that crap where these people are woke and supporting communist organizations. And that's what they are. Make no doubt about it. Make no doubt about it. Corporations need to quit being wimps and fight back. Fight back. And with that, everybody, we're going to go to this. Have a good evening, everybody.
Good night.